When you're scrolling and you read a headline about a brand new large language model, what are they actually measuring? Are they talking about millions of lines of code? Is it the physical size of the supercomputer running it? Or maybe the sheer amount of text it read off the internet? Well, the answer is actually a lot more specific than any of that.
Now, word large refers to model parameters. A parameter is essentially an internal variable, and its value is learned directly from the training data. You can think of it as the ultimate shape-shifting building block of any AI. Once the training process finishes up, these final, locked-in values completely define how the model behaves. In fact, if you change even a single parameter, technically speaking, you've got a different model.
Moving on to Section 2, Weights and Biases Explained. These are the two fundamental parameter types.
Okay, so if we zoom way in and look inside almost any neural network layer, we're going to find two fundamental types of parameters, weights and biases. Weights, which are usually represented by a little w, act as the connection strength between neurons. They literally multiply the incoming values. So, a really large positive weight strongly increases a neuron's activation, while a weight near zero basically means that specific input is just ignored. Biases, on the other hand, are a constant added to the total sum. They give us a baseline shift. That means a neuron actually has the flexibility to fire even if every single incoming input happens to be zero.
Let's look at the math for just a single neuron. It's actually pretty simple. Those x values, those are your inputs. And notice how every single input has its own specific weight multiplying it. That right there is your weighted sum. Then at the very end of the equation, a single bias is added to the total. So for a neuron with n number of inputs, you get n weights plus exactly one bias. And together, that makes up your total parameter count for that single microscopic node.
Section 3, the parameter budget. Time to scale up the math.
Now, when we start grouping millions of these individual neurons together, the numbers just absolutely explode. A standard image classification model from just a few years back, something like ResNet 50, had about 25 million parameters. Then early language models like BERT bumped that up to roughly 110 million. But then we look at something like GPT-3, it completely jumped off the charts, all the way up to 175 billion parameters. So what does 1,750 billion parameters actually mean for physical hardware? Try 700 gigabytes. That is the massive memory footprint you need just to hold those numbers in standard 32-bit floating point precision. The basic rule of thumb here is that 1 billion parameters equals roughly 4 gigabytes of memory. And honestly, this is exactly why you can't just run state-of-the-art models locally on a standard laptop. They demand vast, expensive clusters of specialized GPUs.
All right, Section 4, turning the knobs. Let's talk about training versus inference.
Before a model can even start to learn, all these parameters have to be given an initial starting value. And you can't just take a wild guess. Engineers use highly specific mathematical initializations depending on the architecture. This ensures the signals don't just vanish into nothing or totally explode during training. But here's an absolutely crucial, kind of surprising rule. You can never ever set them all to zero. If you do that, every single neuron behaves identically, the symmetry breaks, and the entire model completely fails to learn anything.
I love this analogy. Think of parameters as the tuning knobs on an old-school radio. Training is the active process of twisting and adjusting those knobs until you hear the station coming through crystal clear. Inference? Well, inference is just sitting back and listening. During the training phase, the algorithm is constantly, frantically adjusting millions of mathematical knobs. But when you finally deploy it and ask the AI a question during inference, those knobs are totally 100% frozen.
To really wrap your head around the sheer computational effort involved here, just think about the number 1 million. In a typical 25 million parameter vision model, during a standard training run, a single parameter is updated roughly 1 million times. Now multiply that by 25 million parameters, and you really start to grasp the mind-boggling amount of constant mathematical adjustment happening under the hood just to get those radio knobs tuned perfectly.
Section 5, Shrinking Massive Models. How on earth do we fit this AI on our everyday devices?
We all know these models are absolute behemoths, but we still want them running smoothly on the phone in our pocket, right? Well, engineers use some incredibly clever techniques to do more with less. Take parameter sharing, for example. This reuses the exact same small group of weights to scan across an entire image. Then there's quantization, which literally shrinks the precision of the numbers to save massive amounts of space. And my favorite, knowledge distillation, where you use a giant, massive teacher model to train a tiny student model to simply mimic its behavior. And that brings us to a really fascinating trick called pruning.
After a model is fully trained, a ton of its parameters end up being super close to zero, meaning they don't really affect the final output anyway. So we can actually trim up to 50% of these near-zero parameters entirely out of the model. It's remarkable, but you can cut away 40% of the model's weight and usually see less than a 1% drop in accuracy. It makes the whole thing vastly smaller and way faster.